Hi everybody! I'm doing a process video from beginning to end of a pocket letter. I'm first showing you the supplies that I used. So paper trimmer, pocket letter page, 2 pieces of copy paper and one cardstock, a pen, scissors, some sequins, and all of these items I got with a good price. So all of these items are pretty much dollar store, Daiso, on sale at Hobby Lobby, 75 cents, printouts, washi tape. Two of those are on eBay for $1. That stamp set and the acrylic stamp set is from Hero Arts Factory Store for $1 each. I have some twine from Target, and I have some extra packaging, and I'm working with the paper pad from my mind's eye that Kat had sent to me. Thank you, Kat. And usually, if you find them on sale at Michael's, they can be found for maybe $3. So this is a pocket letter where I wanted to share not only from beginning to end, but also, a way to do it without having to spend extravagantly if you're just starting out or don't want to make an investment, see how you like it. So right now I just cut a piece of cardstock from 3.5 inches to 5 inches, and now I got the 2 pieces of white copy paper. So it's a total of 4 pages that's left. And I also cut that to be 3.5 inches by 5 inches. I folded it in half and I'm making a little bit of a book. So I'm stapling it from the outside to make a spine type thing. And that pattern was already on the paper from the 6x6 pad. So there on the cut apart page, I'm just cutting out a banner. And then I'm going to decide that I'm going to want to put some washi on there also. So I'm looking for my washi. Then I find the washi and I put a strip and I decide to go all the way around it because of the staple. I didn't want the washi to fall off. So I go ahead and cut that off, and then I put the banner piece right back on. So these little books can be put into a pocket and kind of be made like a little notebook. So that's one that I'm making for this pocket. I have a little page flag with a pig on it. So I cut it out. Sorry for the editing. I cut it out and I use adhesive to put the little pig in the middle of the circle. So that's my little notebook for one of the pockets. The second pocket I'm making, I'm actually not sure now because I was doing all this crazy editing and my phone was not cooperating. Anyway, I'm cutting out pieces from the paper pad to be 3.5 by 2.5. So vertical is 3.5, horizontal is 2.5. So I'm deciding now where I like to cut them and where I'm going to be cutting them. The 6x6 pads are really great for me. I love using them, especially when they are from my mind's eye or any of them that are double-sided, because one 6x6 paper can actually give you 3 sides of paper. What I just did right there was cut out, it was a Polaroid frame kind of type pattern design. So I cut one out just as a template, and then I used a pattern paper and I cut out the outside. Now I have the inside that's going to fit inside there to make it look like a Polaroid print. And I'm going to find my owl stamp and my very used owl stamp. And then I'm using the little owl on the branch, and I want to stamp that image into the little section of that Polaroid picture. So right now I'm just stamping on some cardstock, and it's kind of practice, and also I'm going to cut these images on the cardstock at the end as part of the goodies to put into the pocket letter. So here I am. I'm just going to go ahead and try to do it right onto that paper that I had cut out. And I get the little guy done. And I'm going to wait for the ink to dry. I was in a rush. I was trying to really get this through quickly, so I didn't even wash my stamps. I decide to stamp the other owl that I have, and I use this other cut apart that came in the 6x6 pad, and it's a bigger owl. And I'm going to also stamp this owl on there. And then I'm also going to stamp, again, a couple more images on the cardstock. And later on, I will be cutting them out and sending them as goodies in one of the pockets. So there was a saying that said Yoo-hoo on the top there. So I'm going to add that on top of the cut apart page that I have. And then after that, I have to find a piece of paper to mount that cut apart on to put in one of my pockets. Oh, and there I decided to actually stamp the side of the envelope that I'm going to send out the pocket letter in. So I'm letting them dry, and then I'm trying to find, actually I'm putting down that fake Polaroid shot there. And now I'm trying to find the paper to glue them down on. I'm happy with that one. And I just found a piece of scrap paper, and I'm making a little banner. And I'm just going to stick the banner on the top there. And then I'm going to use one of the flower sequins that I got at Hero Arts. And I got a whole bag of those. Not a whole bag, but a pretty big bag of those for $1.50 there. I know I'm lucky because I live by the factory store, but you can find some really great deals out there. So that's my second pocket. The other one I kind of put as a placeholder because I want to put a shaker card in there. So here I found a background paper, or am currently still finding a background paper for that cut apart where I stamped the owl and put the Yoo-hoo. And I think I'm just cutting down the rest of the paper that I wanted to use. I thought I was so organized, everybody, before I did this, and looking at myself now, I was not very organized, but I thought I was really organized. So, so I'm happy with where that's going to go now. So I glue it down, and I don't put it right to the edge, but a little bit to the side, just so that the owl is kind of centered. And then I stick that one in one of the top pockets. And I'm looking for one more paper. I thought I had ripped all of them out in preparation for this video, but I think I wanted to get some of that blue in, that lovely blue chevron. So again, I'm cutting down the cards to be 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches wide. And I think again I want to use that red. And I have a few more pockets left to make. So with the red one, I found this pattern on one of the backs of the pattern paper, so I'm going to cut those out. And I'm going to want to actually make a fake tea bag type. I'm just going to, cut out of hand. You'll see in a second, but I just cut out a tea bag and I put a quote on there. And then in the back of the pocket, I'm going to put in a real tea bag. So I'm just cutting out those circles and kind of making it a design. And the quote I put in, I think, was, "Time for tea is always good." I think that's what I wrote. So the first time I'm just kind of freehand cutting this tea bag, I realized it's too small. So I cut out another one, and I basically just cut that shape out, fold it over, and then the twine that I had shown you earlier from the Target Dollar Spot, I want to staple that to the back. So I make a knot and I try to staple it, but I don't do a good job with the stapler, even though I'm trying really hard. So I realized that I actually have to make the fold on top bigger. So I'm going to redo that right now. And what I do is, because I tied a knot on the twine, after I staple it, if you tug on it, it won't come off because of the staple. So here I write the quote, and then I also kind of outline the edges with just a little bit of a line, just so it sticks out more. And for this one, I don't glue it down or anything like that. I just kind of keep it in there and then stick it into the pocket. Then later on, I'll put the tea bag, the real tea bag, on the back of it. So this one is a quote that I printed out from just a printer in black and white. And I was thinking about putting some flowers in the background, but I decided I'm just going to put some washi tape over it and tape it on the front. So people, when they receive it, they can just keep it there, or they can take the quote off and put it in their planner, or do anything they like with it. So here I am, there's some cut up parts left. I'm cutting them up and figuring out which ones are left that I would like to give to her, unless I'll be using some more. I really like that one, but it's not going to fit. So I'm going to keep that for myself. But these, I'm cutting up the rest that I'd like to include in that pocket. And then I'm going to get the alpha stickers, and in the back of that pocket, I'm going to write my letter. So just on the front of that pocket right there, though, I'm going to stick down the letters that say letter. Haha, the letters that say letter. And I'm trying to kind of go inside out so that I am more centered. But I don't do that great of a job keeping straight, but it does help me stay centered, I believe. So when the recipient gets this, she'll just take the die cuts out, but she'll see the letters in the back. Here I'm going to be putting the background paper. I'm deciding which ones I want next to each other. Originally, the one I had in the round design, I decided against because I had cut that out for the middle right pocket. Here, and so I've moved it to the left side, if I'm making any sense. Here I've cut out some of the packaging that comes with some products, and Kat gave me this idea, so thank you very much. I'm wrapping around some samples of washi tape, and usually I like to use, I was using those clear file folder type acetate types that I had gotten a really great deal at Daiso, but I can't find it anymore and I ran out. So recently I've been trying to use this packaging, or also sometimes I'll actually put clear packaging tape over a piece of cardstock or a punch out or something like that, just so that it doesn't stick, the first part of the washi doesn't stick down to it. So I put that washi sample there. I'm going to put it in the front, and then I'm also going to use my alpha stickers as I'm pointing. I'm going to put washi down. So this this pocket letter is kind of, I just wanted to do an example of a type of pocket letter that you can make, because someone had or a few people had requested that I do that from the very beginning to the end. And some of the pocket letters that I make now don't necessarily, all the pocket letters I make are different, but some of them don't necessarily are like this. But I just wanted to go through one that kind of, what I mean by like this is, I guess, just putting the alpha stickers and saying what they are. I think part of it's also because I'm a hoarder and I don't like using so many alpha stickers. But anyways, so for this right pocket, I'm putting page flags and some post-it notes from Daiso. And on it, I'm trying to put stickies as my alpha letters, but I ran out of space, so I have to kind of backtrack. The top, on purpose, the top part, I had a little bit of it stick up, so just so it, I thought it would look kind of cute, especially because it's on the top row of the pocket letter. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. And I'm trying really hard to go straight, but not too straight. But I think, homemade, it's made from my heart. It's okay. What I did right there was tuck in the back another quote that I had as kind of a goodie. And on the backs, I don't normally, if there's already a piece of cardstock or if the cardstock already has a design on it, I don't normally put another piece of cardstock on the back. But for this one, I'm putting those page flags with the animals on it. And when I do that, I always like to put another piece of cardstock because that way when the recipient pulls it out, it'll come out and without the ones attached to the front. So I put the tea bag. Where the tea bag I decorated, I'm cutting out some flower stickers, but then I realized I'd planned to use these stickers and I didn't use any. So I'm going to stick some down on the pocket letter just for some fun. Because I had planned to, and I always like using some of the goodies and then also including them. So that's why I also wanted to make sure I use some of them. Then I'm cutting them down and putting them and deciding which pockets. I get confused sometimes over which pockets to put them in. I put them in the part that says stickies, which I guess works because Post-its and stickers. So I'm going to be cutting some of the stamped images out into the back as some of the goodies, but I realized I did not finish making that one pocket where I wanted to make it kind of a shaker pocket and also spell her name out to make it personalized. So this is for Alicia, and I spell it wrong, but I quickly realize it and fix it. And then I tried to cut the paper out kind of like a banner style. And then I glue it on top of the pocket itself. And I do not use my fuse for this one. I just use washi tape to tape the top, just also like as an example. So if you don't have all of the all of the all of the gadgets and stuff, you can totally still make a lot of pocket letters and have a lot of fun with this. So here I am filling in the pocket letters. I mean the pocket with the sequence, and yeah. I think that's the end of this video. I cover the top right there with some of my thicker washi. And then I'm going to also put the FOR on the bottom of that washi. And then this will shortly transition into some detailed picture shots. Thank you everyone for watching. I'd love to hear feedback, and I'm having so much fun making pocket letters, and I hope that you are too. Bye!